Trump says Social Security cuts are out of bounds. They are wrong. We should not cut Social Security benefits for retirees, those on SSI, SSDI, veterans benefits, any of these fixed income benefits from the Social Security Administration. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with former President Donald Trump? 3 candidates, though, who want to slash retirement funds are mentioned in this article. And I'm going to be covering the details of what this article says about 3 other candidates that are running for the presidency that want to slash Social Security. Now, one of them is a prominent name. Take a look at the headline just recently coming out. Ron DeSantis is eyeing cutting Social Security for people in their 30s and 40s, but totally not for seniors. Now, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is a good idea? We need to do some sort of cuts, increase the benefits, extend the solvency. And what he's saying is those that are receiving it right now, they should not have their benefits cut in any way, shape, or form. But those in their 30s and 40s, let's have a different discussion about it. Man, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a good way to save Social Security for those receiving it right now? But what about those coming down the road? Well, I'm going to be diving into these articles. Link them in the description below. Get you caught up on the latest. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, hit the like button, hit subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? And also, to hear about more changes that are going to be coming here for Social Security, be sure to stick around to the end as reform is needed. This is the year of Social Security reform, 2023, and elections are right around the corner, and this is going to be a hot button topic. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So link in the description below to this article that just came out today, and it says Social Security is expected to be a big issue in 2024's elections, especially for older voters who worry how lawmakers might reform the program as it heads towards a funding shortfall. And as we've mentioned here, in about the next decade or so, Social Security benefits are not going to be able to pay out their full benefits to recipients. This is a solvency issue, and they're saying that benefits could be cut by 20 to 25%. So in other words, if you receive $1,000 per month, you would suddenly just get a check for $750 or $800 per month. And when you ask, what happened to the rest of my check? They'll simply say, sorry, this is happening to everybody across the board. We simply don't have enough funds to pay out 100%. Now, Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump has said that he won't touch Social Security if he gets reelected, but some of his GOP opponents have already floated ideas that could lead to cuts. Now, in January's post on Truth Social, Trump said under no circumstances should Republicans vote to cut a single penny from Medicare or Social Security to help pay for Joe Biden's reckless spending spree. Let me know your thoughts. Now, that position was hardly revolutionary. Most politicians steer clear of proposing cuts or other radical reforms to Social Security because of massive backlash that they would face from voters. But 2024 marks the first presidential election when the possibility of major funding shortfall is less than a decade away. That shortfall is tied to Social Security's Old Age and Survivors Insurance, or OASI, trust fund, which is expected to run out of money by the year 2033. When the fund is depleted, the program will have to rely solely on payroll taxes, and those only cover about 77% of the current benefits. Because of the looming shortfall, some politicians have proposed raising taxes to bolster Social Security or cutting benefits to save money, and we've seen a ton of proposals this year coming out suggesting that taxes be increased significantly. Donald Trump ruled Social Security and other benefits out of bounds politically. Bill Galston told the Washington Post, but there are still Republicans, including some leading Republicans, who understand we won't make serious progress on our fiscal problems until everything's on the table. They're trying to open that discussion without it immediately being shut down. Here's a look at 3 2024 Republican presidential candidates who might want to slash Social Security funding through cuts, privatization, or other means. Now, first is Ron DeSantis, second is Mike Pence, and last is Nikki Haley. Now let's go in reverse order. Start with Nikki Haley, then Mike Pence, and then we'll take a look at this article on Ron DeSantis. Haley, the former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador, has proposed raising the Social Security retirement age for workers currently in their 20s and limiting Social Security and Medicare benefits for the wealthy. Now, raising the full retirement age, currently 67-year-olds for most Americans, also amounts to a cut in benefits because it delays when eligible beneficiaries qualify for the full payments that they're owed. What you do is, for those in their 20s coming into the system, we would change the retirement age so that it matches life expectancy, Haley told Fox News. Mike Pence, as previously reported by Go Banking Rates, the former vice president, has proposed privatizing Social Security by giving younger Americans the ability to take a portion of their Social Security withholdings and put that into a private savings account. This is not a new idea, but it remains an unpopular one because it essentially amounts to gutting the current Social Security system in favor of market-driven programs. And Ron DeSantis. As recently as March, DeSantis told Fox News that Republicans are not going to mess with Social Security. Now, a Washington Post reported over the weekend, just recently, that DeSantis told Fox News that Social Security will need to revamp by cutting benefits for future generations. When people say that we're going to somehow cut seniors, that is totally not true, DeSantis said, talking about making changes for people in their 30s and 40s so programs are viable. That's a much different thing and something I think there's going to need to be a discussion about. Now, here's another article that just came out on this yesterday. As the GOP field for the presidential run begins to fill up, candidates are looking towards one of the party's biggest spending qualms, Social Security. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis might be open to some paring back as long as it won't impact current senior citizens. During a July 16th interview on Fox News, DeSantis addressed a hot topic that both Democrats and Republicans have sparred over, whether to preserve Social Security as it is or revamp the program, including cuts to current or future recipients. He reiterated what many of his GOP colleagues have previously said, in that seniors who are now receiving benefits will be protected from any changes. He said it was totally not true that the program would be cut for seniors, but he might not be able to say the same thing for younger Americans. Talking about making changes for people in their 30s and 40s so that the program is viable, that's a much different thing, and that's something that I think there's going to need to be a discussion on, DeSantis told Fox News. We got to make sure that we preserve it for our seniors because they depend on it. DeSantis' campaign did not immediately respond to insiders' request for a comment on how the candidate would reshape Social Security. Social Security, one of the biggest line items in the U.S. budget, has long faced scrutiny from the right, who consistently call to reduce spending. But the program's popularity, especially as an economic lifeline for American seniors, has also made it a thorny political topic. Earlier this year, potential changes to Social Security and Medicare entered the spotlight during the partisan fight on the best approach to raise the debt ceiling. In January, when the negotiations were just starting off, Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy said that he would not agree to raise the ceiling without spending cuts. Now, while he later confirmed that those cuts would not touch Social Security or Medicare, even former President Donald Trump stepped in to urge the GOP to leave seniors out of the debate. And as we mentioned, he said under no circumstance should Republicans vote to cut a single penny from Medicare or Social Security. Cut waste, cut fraud, cut abuse. Everywhere that we can find it, and there is plenty. There's plenty of it, he continued. But do not cut the benefits for our seniors who have worked for it and paid into it their entire lives. Save Social Security. Do not destroy it. So let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with former President Donald Trump that no cuts should be done to Social Security? Were you thinking about voting for him before? Or maybe you weren't, but now you are because of his stance on Social Security. Let me know your thoughts, as he is one of the candidates running for presidency in 2024. We've also heard that President Joe Biden's four-point plan fails to address the solvency issue, and we've heard that as a result, people are saying that even if he gets what he wants, he will indirectly be having cuts to Social Security because it is not lengthening the duration of the solvency for Social Security. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, there are big changes that are coming and need to be done for Social Security. Now, to get the latest, be sure to check out this video right here next as I cover some of the details, and also as more rolls out on Social Security, our economy, a potential recession, politics, Congress, anything that could impact or help you and your family. Be sure to subscribe, like, and I'll catch you in the next video. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.